Hi everyone, so today I'm just going to film this grungy sort of eye makeup look that I had in my last video. It was very much requested, and when I did it, it was kind of inspired by Molly from the Saturdays and I suppose a little bit by Kate Moss, as she is totally famous for this look, this sort of second day lived in eye makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd just like to say that I've had an absolute nightmare with cameras. This is now the third camera that I've had. There's a problem with the sync, I'm not even going to get into it, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and the camera problems are the reason for the lack of videos. First thing we want to do is take a big fluffy brush like this. This is a 227 by MAC, and going with my Naked palette, I'm going to take the colour Naked, and we just want to apply that all over the lid just to create a nice base. It's not going to add much colour, but it's just going to create a nice matte, even tone on the eyelids. With a flat topped eyeshadow brush, and we want to go in with the colour Gesso from MAC. That is just a nice bright white colour. She doesn't have a lot of colour on the lids, so you just want to concentrate this to the inner corner and then just pull it outward. The amount of eyeliner that we're going to be putting on, you just want to have something nice on the lid just to give the nice bright appearance of the eyes. Just making sure that's really well blended in. You can even run a little bit underneath if you want to. 275, which is just an angled eyeshadow brush by MAC, and I'm going to take that in the colour Buck, which is just this colour here. I'm literally just going to do one dip and tap off, and I'm just going to run that very, very lightly through the crease. It's not going to do too much, but it's just going to add another dimension. 227 again, and just blend that all out, making sure everything's blended all the way along and that there is no lines at all. Is it for the eyeshadow. As I said, the eyeshadow that I used in my last video was sort of inspired by Molly from the Saturdays, and she doesn't tend to wear too much eyeshadow. She is all about the liner. That's what we're going to do, and I'm going to take a 266 brush from MAC. It's just an angled liner brush, and I'm going to take Black Track, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line all the way around the eyes. Sorry, I'm just moving towards the mirror. We want to make sure we have a really thin line going up and then out. A really cat-like thick liner is what she tends to go for, so that's what we're going to try and recreate today. So just dipping it in ever so lightly, because a little of this goes a really long way. We're going to take that. I usually start in the middle because I find I have the most on the brush at the start, and then I try to fan it out. Just tapping it into the lash line at the minute, not worrying about the shape too much. Wiping the excess off the brush and just dipping it again, we're going to go underneath. And just tap it into the lash line once again at the minute. And smooth it out to get our shape. We're going to have something that looks a little bit like this. I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll come back. Okay, so once we have the initial shape, you can see both of the eyes are lined. This one is ever so slightly winged. That is just the way the brush fell. We're going to work with it a little bit. The thing I love most about MAC's Black Track is it's totally workable. Even though this has been on for a minute or two while I've done the other eye, it's still going to blend out really nicely. We want to create that really nice smoky eyed look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just brush off my 226. And I'm just going to start working that eyeliner in. So basically my camera cut off, absolutely amazing with this new camera. But anyway, what I did was I brushed off my 226 angled liner brush and I just smudged that completely out. Hopefully you'll be able to see a difference. I just smudged and smudged and smudged until I was sort of happy with the shape. What I've been left with is just a really, really nice smoky eye. You could of course just stop here and add a little or a lot of mascara and that could be your finished look. I am just going to continue and show you the blush and everything like that I also use. I am as usual using my Double Wear Zero Smudge Lengthening Mascara, so I'm just going to do that and I'll be right back. A really good tip for this sort of smoky second day eyeshadow mascara look is if you take a white eyeshadow, I'm just using a Dior compact that's nearly out. If you dip your just a flat topped eyeshadow brush in that and if you just run that under where your eyeliner is, that just helps really sharpen up your line. And then of course just blend it out. Hopefully you can see the difference there. And again the same on the other side. I think Kate Moss does this look absolutely all the time. It's sort of, I've just got in from a night out kind of look with the really smoky dramatic eyes. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is literally the simplest eye look you could possibly do, because if you make a mistake, who's going to know that it's not meant to be like that? You just smudge and smudge and smudge away until you get the sort of shape that you're after. Your eyes don't have to perfectly match, whose eyes do. But if you just try to keep them sort of in line with your own natural eye course, so this line just goes straight up and this just goes straight in the inner corner. I did try to show you, but as I said, the camera shut off, so I wasn't able to do that. So sticking with Molly from the Saturdays, she usually has a very contoured face and I am not lucky enough to have that naturally, so I am going to use my MAC bronzing powder and my MAC contouring brush to achieve the same look. I'm going to start as you right up near my ear and I'm just going to pull that down just where the natural line follows, and I'm going to come up. She has a very rounded cheek, which I again am not lucky enough to have, so I'm going to create that with contouring. Sorry, itchy nose. I'm going to come down just underneath my jaw and bring that along. And I'm going to go up. What I like to do is I place my hand just over my hairline. Being blonde, I don't want to bring this bronzer into my hairline, and I just come up sort of to the temple just to meet that sort of 3 shape, if you see that we're creating there. And again the same on the other side. Molly usually goes for a very bronzed tanned look, so we're going to stick with that theme, and for blush we are going to use Peach Shock by MAC. Looks like this. It is a really nice dark sort of pinkish colour, obviously peach colour, with a little bit of a shimmer. I'm going to take that on a Benefit contouring brush, and again I'm just going to contour the back of the cheek with that. She doesn't have too much. In fact, from what I can see, she doesn't have anything around the front of her cheeks, so we're just going to concentrate that to the bottom of the cheekbone and the very back of the cheek on both sides. Obviously you don't want one on one side and not on the other. She is probably more lucky than me and gets on a few more holidays, so her tan can be natural, so she has a really nice glow to her skin. I am going to try and emulate by using Pearl, which is a cream colour base by MAC. I have been really loving my Benefit High Beam, but I of course ran out, so this is going to have to do. I'm going to take that on a 120 brush, I think, from MAC. It's just a short head stippling brush. What I do is I swirl that a little bit in there and then I dust it off in the lid. I don't want too much product going on. And I just take that across the top of my cheek and a little bit in my eyebrow. You can of course take that down the nose, centre of the forehead. Just a really subtle shine. She doesn't have too much. If you want to give your contouring a kick, you can just run the excess underneath where you've contoured there, and of course maybe the top of the lip as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. The only thing I will just say quickly is that I've had so many problems with cameras recently, which is why there has been a kind of lack of videos, but please bear with me as I think I might have finally got it sorted. I suppose you'll let me know either way. But again, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.